Hey, what is up, guys? This is Cam here. Today, we're going to be doing another movie review. This one's going to be on the movie 28 Years Later. Now, this is the third movie of the franchise of the 28 Days Later series, and we're going to be going into the pros and cons of it. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So first off, I want to start this video off by saying I was very excited for this movie. The trailer was phenomenal. It didn't spoil anything, and it got me very hyped for this movie. And that's what a trailer should do. But the movie itself turned out not so great. Not near as much as my expectations were. They did not meet those expectations at all. It's definitely the worst of the three movies that have come out so far of the 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks, now 28 Years Later. Yeah, this is definitely the worst out of those three, and I'm going to be going into the pros and cons. We'll start off with the pros. The pros I have for this movie are probably the cinematography. I did enjoy, like, every movie in this series has very good, unique ways of doing things. First off, I just want to say that the way they filmed this, and I heard they filmed it on an iPhone. I really thought that was really cool. How they did it on an iPhone. I know a lot of movies are kind of doing that nowadays with the good cameras on iPhones. That just is insane to me. But I liked how they did it so good. It actually made it cinematic even with an iPhone. I really did enjoy that part. Next would probably be the performances. I did enjoy the performances in this movie. They all did their part. The actors all did their part in this movie. And I'm going to go into a little bit of cons with this part. One thing I didn't really enjoy about the performances is that one of the biggest actors in this movie, I forgot his name, Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think was his name. He was in Nosferatu, and he was in Godzilla, one of my favorite movies ever. 2014 at least. But anyways, he was in this movie, and he's like a very, very good actor, and he plays like half of this movie, and then the rest of the movie he's not hardly even in until the very, very end. But yeah, they just didn't use, I felt like they didn't use their actors well enough. The characters, they kind of like disregarded a few characters halfway through the movie, and then they just don't come back till the end. I didn't really enjoy that. It felt like a lot. I'm going to go into cons now, I think. But it felt like this movie was written by so many different people. It felt like it was going to different sections, and they just didn't correlate. They didn't connect these pieces very well. Yeah, there was like, I felt like something new. There was a new plot happening every like 30 minutes. There was something new happening. And the first half of this movie turned out to actually be pretty good. I did enjoy it, and I really enjoyed the introduction to this movie. The intro was really cool with the kids and the start of the breakout of the infection. I really enjoyed that. That gave me like 28 Days Later vibes. But then it goes on to the new, like the stuff with the kid and the dad and the sick mom. It goes all into that, and I felt like after it did that, it kind of got bad. It didn't get bad. There were a lot of things to like about this movie, like I said, but I didn't like how, I'm going to go into another con right here. I didn't like how it all didn't feel like this belonged in a 28 years or 28 days and 28 weeks later. It didn't feel like those movies at all, except for that, like I said, the introduction to this movie, the very first part. That was like the only part that I felt like really truly felt like the movies that I've seen previously in the series. Otherwise, it didn't feel like that at all. It felt very different. It felt like a very completely different movie, like it didn't even belong in this franchise. Yeah, it just felt very different. Now, one thing I'm going to go into that is a good pro for this movie is the scene with the mom. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it has Ralph Fiennes in it, and he does very good in this movie. He's just such a kind and gentle dude with her, and it was just a very beautiful scene. I really did enjoy that scene alone. And yeah, that scene was very beautiful. It was very sad, but also a very beautiful scene. Like I said, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but it was just a very beautiful scene. If you have seen this movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. That whole part with Ralph Fiennes is just beautiful. I loved his character. That was probably my favorite character of this movie. I really enjoyed how they made his character. I liked how his performance was. He was just a really kind guy that's made out in the beginning to be this really scary dude, but you learn that he's really not a bad dude at all. He's very kind. And yeah, I did like that part of this movie. Now, we're going to go into the biggest con of them all, and that is the ending. And I know a lot of people who have seen this movie will agree with me on that. The ending was just the weirdest ending I've ever seen to a movie. It was just so out of the ordinary. And I've never seen a movie ending such a goofy ending like this one. I don't think I've ever seen one so goofy like this one. I'm going to give a little key details out, but not spoil it. It's got some Power Ranger skills fighting zombies, and some people come out at the very end and just do Power Ranger flips and turns, and they kill the infected people like that. That's the ending. And then they cut it off with the credits. And after seeing that, I lost all respect for this movie. All the stuff that had led up to that was not bad. There were a lot of cons with it, a lot of pros, but then it gets to this ending that has nothing to do with what just happened and the whole rest of the movie. It just made me lose so much respect. It made me angry with this movie because that ending was trash. And I did not enjoy it at all. It was so bad. It was so goofy and so unrealistic. And with what just had happened before that scene, why would they input this scene into the movie in the first place? I don't know what they were thinking. But anyways, if I were to give this movie a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it a 5.5 out of 10. It wasn't very impressive. I felt like I said, this is the worst of the 3 movies that have come out in this franchise. And it was very disappointing, especially with that trailer. That trailer was super cool. It hyped me up. And then it turns out the actual movie was not near as good as it looked like it would be. I just was very disappointed with this movie. And I really do enjoy the other 2 movies as well. So I was really looking forward to this movie. One of my highest movies on my list to watch. And it turned out to probably be the worst so far. But anyways, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. If you guys have seen this movie and want to share your own thoughts, don't forget to comment down below about your own thoughts. I always love looking at those. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.